All right, so what is a mountain Jew? A mountain Jew is a Jew, like a subspecies of Jew that typically lives in or around the mountains. Before this video starts, I just want to say, ignore this Google definition because it is completely wrong. And this is coming from me, Red Ninja. I have a PhD in minority morality and behavior, and this definition is wrong. All right, so how do mountain Jews differ from regular Jews? Unlike regular Jews, mountain Jews like to stash their cash in caves, crevices, caverns up in the mountains, far away from everyone, as regular Jews will just put it under the floorboards or in the bank that their family owns. And if we look throughout history, I'm pretty sure the mountain Jew is what inspired goblins, trolls, those mythical creatures. Because if you look at their features, big ears, big nose, just they hoard. The trolls live in the caves. The goblins, some of them live in the caves. They hoard wealth in these caves, and it's very similar to actually what the mountain Jew has done throughout history. And even though these mountain Jews are fucking disgusting, they have actually created treasure maps. They're the reason why treasure maps exist, and pirates looking for treasure, all that, because they would hide their gold and treasure so well throughout history that they would actually have to make these maps, and these maps would have an X that marks the spot so that they can find their treasure that they hid, because they hid it so well. Because they're not just hiding it from outsiders, they're hiding it on their family, they're hiding it all this, they're all very greedy, they're not sharing with anyone. And this led to the creation of treasure maps, and they would die off without telling anyone, because rarely do they leave enough money for the successor, the heir, to throw whatever it is. And by doing that, people would find these maps and they'd go search for buried treasure. Now you're probably all wondering how to tell if a mountain Jew lives near you. Well, first off, if you live in a small town that's near the mountains or anything, chances are if there's a Jewish family there, they're a mountain Jew family, and they're hiding all their wealth in a cave up in that mountain range. Now, if you live in the city, they can actually live in the city near you. Just make sure, if you want to find out, check if any of them are hiding in the storm drains, in the sewers, wherever. Check for these little cracks in the wall that could be a secret door that you could open with a crowbar, because there could be gold, cash, American dollar hidden in there, you know what I mean? And it could be, you could create generational wealth for yourself if you find it. Now, make sure if you find their treasure stash, you grab it and you run as quickly as possible, because they will sue you for 10 times the amount if they find out that you found their stash. Even though if they find a penny on the ground, they'll pick it up and claim that's theirs. Or any amount of money, they'll claim it's theirs. This is finders keepers, because they don't have it anywhere. It's not proof that it's theirs, but they will find a way to whine, bitch, and complain and get more out of you than you're actually gonna get out of that. So make sure you go at night. Make sure you're not seen going at night, because when they're carrying their cash back to their cave, they can hear way. Their senses are heightened. It's just insane. Now you're probably wondering how you find their cave and achieve this level of generational wealth. Well, first off, you're gonna want to stay up way past 12 o'clock, at least till 2 or 3, because the mountain Jews are going to be moving their wealth at night. They're going to be carrying it in these little boxes, suitcases, and if you live in a small town, they're going to go out into the woods towards the mountain range. You're going to want to follow them. If they live in the city, you're going to want to follow them through all of those secret doors they're having. But you're going to want to put up those trail cams. This brings us into the next point. You're going to want to put up these cameras, trail cams, because I can guarantee you half those trail cams out there are not people trying to spot wildlife. They're trying to find out where their local mountain Jew is hiding everything so that they can get it. But you got to be careful, because these are territorial creatures. They will fight, they will sue, they will complain, and then they will get what they want. Trust me, they will always get what they want. Now you're probably wondering if any of these creatures have ever been caught on camera, and the answer is no, because they blend in like a regular Jew when they're in the cities, when they're in the towns or whatever. When they're moving their wealth at night between cave systems and stuff, they've been around for 4,000 years. They have ancient pathways through the mountains, ancient tunnels under the ground, and this is how they move their stuff around. So what you've got to do is find a way to find out where the stuff, pathways, entrances are, and then that way you can find out if you have any issues. Now you're probably wondering, if these people live near me, how do I protect my stuff? How do I protect my belongings? Well, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to lock your doors, lock your windows, keep all money away from the windows and stuff so that they can't peek through, they can't see it, because when they can't see it, they don't want it. When they can't hear the coins clink, they don't feel like they need it. So you're going to want to defend your home that way, maybe even board up your windows in case you got some black people around, and you should be fine. Now you're probably wondering how many are left in the world, and they're a dying breed. They're dying out, and the reason is because of modern bank systems that don't require like physical assets and that you can just pretty much have, just that number on the screen that says how much money you have. The checks go in and all that. There's really no need for them anymore to hoard stuff in caves. Now, like with physical gold and that, yes, they'll still hoard that stuff, but they're starting to move away from that and becoming more just like regular Jews. So they are dying, but they do still exist. And I'm sure they have like hard drives where they have like Bitcoin on it or something, and they've like shoved it in these caves and that just in case all these cryptocurrencies now. But I'd say maybe 1/10 of Jews in the world are mountain Jews, and that number is slowly dying out.